Tyreek Hill absolutely tear it up against Tampa Bay. Is Tyreek Hill the fastest player in the league?
Tyreek, not only is he the fastest player in the league, he's the fastest person I've ever seen in my life. The things he do, the kind of energy he has, I've never seen anything like it.
Have you covered him one-on-one in practice?
I've covered him a bunch, actually, in practice. We've done one-on-one drills. I'll probably say he usually wins.
What's the harder matchup, though? Dealing with Tyreek's speed or dealing with Kelce's size?
Oh, man, it's kind of like pick your poison, you know? Because, you know, not only is Tyreek Hill fast, you know, and then Patrick's arm can kind of match his speed, but Patrick and Kelce, they're just like on one accord. Like Kelce can run any route and turn around. The ball is like in his chest. It's just, I'd probably say Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce is like an unguardable combination.
What does that do for your defense that you get to play against this offense?
I think you build a lot, you know, going against our offense, the speed, the personnel, the different motions, the adjustments, the communication you have to go through. I'll probably say our offense plays a big part, you know, in preparing us, you know, for the season.
Aaron, are you seeing anything different on film that Kyler is able to do this season that he wasn't able to do last season?
You can just say he's playing more confident, feeling a little bit more comfortable being in his second year. So he's playing better football than he was last year. So and he got some good guys around him that's helping him as well. So you know, we got our hands full, but you know, we prepared for the challenge and we ready.
Aaron Donald talking about the task of chasing around Kyler Murray, one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the NFL. Show me something time, Peter, for Week 13. I have a trivia question for you. If you get it right, you get the first pick. Which quarterback has Aaron Donald sacked the most times in his career?
Russell Wilson.
There are the horns. The horns. No, there are the horns. You are correct, sir. You get the first pick in the Show Me Something draft.
You didn't ask me how I knew that.
How do you know that?
No one else in his division he's played regularly other than Russell Wilson. Every time the Rams have played the Niners the Rams have played the Seahawks since Aaron Donald has been in the league, Russell Wilson's been the quarterback. It was that fantastic power of deduction that I possess.
Well done. Well done. And for that, all you get is first pick. No prize, no trophy, no money, just first pick.
Look, show me something Kyler Murray. And look, I'm in the Kyler Murray fan club just like everybody else. But, you know, after the Hail Murray, you know, he's had less than impressive performances, you know, basically against Seattle and against New England. He now gets the Rams at home. And the reason I say show me something this week and why he's number one on my list is that you have to figure that Jalen Ramsey is going to do a lot he has been used all over the map by the Rams on defense this year. He's even been used in the slot. He's been used back sort of as almost a roaming safety at times. So I expect him to be used a lot on DeAndre Hopkins. And that is going to mean whether it's Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella, you know, Kyler Murray's going to have to find a plan B this week. And so this is a huge game for the Cardinals playing at home. And so show me something Kyler Murray.
Good news for Kyler Murray. He fully participated in practice on Thursday. He's got that shoulder injury that happened a couple of weeks ago in the Thursday night game against the Seattle Seahawks. Hasn't been the same guy since the Hail Murray. And I still feel like the Cardinals thought they won something. Like they got a level of euphoria that it took them a while to come down from and go back to reality. And the reality is they're 0-2 since then and clinging to their playoff lives in the NFC. Baker Mayfield, show me something for reasons we discussed earlier in the program. They all apply. This is your opportunity. If you beat a great team, then we'll start believing you can beat other great teams. Beat the Titans, we'll take you very seriously next weekend against the Ravens. And we will look at the Browns as a team that maybe could deliver the first loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 17 if the Steelers otherwise keep winning, which is a bit of a long shot. But still, the Browns have to beat a good team before we think they can beat good teams. Baker Mayfield has to step up and play well against a good team. And here's the thing about the Tennessee Titans. It's not like they have a great pass rush. It's not like they have a crippling defense. So, yeah, maybe Mayfield could have a good game. That's what they're going to need in order to show that they are truly here as a contender in the NFL, Peter.
Show me something Jalen Hurts. Look, you're going to get an opportunity. I will be shocked if you have 1 or 2 or 3 snaps in this game in Green Bay. This is going to be the time for Jalen Hurts to show that he belongs at least as a middle relief pitcher or a spot starter, over the last 5 weeks of the season. The Eagles are counting on him. The Eagles are counting on some production out of the quarterback position they haven't had. And look, I'm making a jump here, and I'm making a guess here. But I believe that this is going to be a Jalen Hurts opportunity week. So show me something.
Show me something, Derek Carr. It wasn't that long ago where the shine around Carr was beginning to approach the year that he was a fringe MVP candidate. Up until that Thursday night game in Kansas City, he was a serious short list, talking point MVP possibility, had the broken leg late in the year. Raiders made it to the playoffs but didn't last with their backup. They need Derek Carr to step up after last week's debacle in Atlanta, and it was truly a debacle. 3 lost fumbles and an interception, no passing touchdowns, blown off the field, a disqualifying moment, as I said earlier, for the Las Vegas Raiders. They need Carr to step up, and it should be easy. They're not playing the 85 Bears here, but he needs to reestablish himself quickly so they can go into the last 4 games of the season forgetting about what happened last week.
Mike, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise, but show me something Phillip Rivers. Normally you would look at a game between Indianapolis and Houston with Indianapolis 3 wins better, and you would say, the Colts have got this one. I'm not so sure. Over the last 4 weeks, since Houston's bye, the Texans are 3-1. Indianapolis is 2-2. We've had some great moments from Phillip Rivers and some not so great moments. Phillip Rivers was brought to Indianapolis to take the Colts to the playoffs. To ensure a spot in the playoffs, you can't be losing to the Houston Texans in a big division game in December. Show me something, Phillip Rivers.
My next one is still technically part of Week 13, even though it's 4 days away. Show me something, Dez Bryant. You're getting your chance. You've wanted it for several years now. You're going against the Dallas Cowboys, and the Ravens desperately need a win, and they need that spark. And if there's ever going to be a spark from Dez Bryant, it's going to come on Tuesday night against the Cowboys. They should have Lamar Jackson back from the COVID-19 list, and the last time Jackson and Bryant were on the field together, Bryant was the leading receiver among all wide receivers, not the leading receiver for the team because of Mark Andrews, but 4 catches for 58 yards for Bryant. Let's see if he can be a difference maker, and let's see if he can provide an emotional lift for a Ravens team that desperately needs to beat the Cowboys on Tuesday night, Peter.
My last one, Mike, is show me something, Drew Lock. And look, I don't think that the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know how you could think that. But what I am thinking is that John Elway walks into his office every Monday, and I'm sure at some point during the week, he closes his door and he starts looking at tape of college quarterbacks. And Drew Lock has it in his ability, in his presence, in his own play to stop John Elway from drafting a quarterback in the first round next April. It's on Drew Lock's shoulders. These are the kind of games, the games that you have no business winning. These are the kind of games where you say to yourself, I am playing Patrick Mahomes this week. I'm playing in my hometown. I'm going to show everybody I belong in this league as a starter, and I will be a winning player in the NFL. If I was Drew Lock, that's what I would be thinking this week, And that's what I will be watching for this week. A 30-27 loss or something like that. But a loss that he goes head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes and he shows John Elway, I don't want you to be looking at the Florida quarterback, the BYU quarterback, the North Dakota State quarterback. I am your quarterback.
You know, and continuing with a theme that we've been addressing as it relates to team presidents who seem to have lifetime jobs, John Elway, never accountable in Denver because they don't have an owner, changing out coaches, changing out quarterbacks. He's the guy who's making these decisions, and they're not working. And we thought Locke was going to be the guy. Injuries and a level of ineffectiveness that we didn't anticipate when we saw him kind of land on the scene last year. Remember that upset win over the Texans? He's doing the Buzz Lightyear stuff. He's having a good time. He's a breath of fresh air. We thought he was on track to be a franchise quarterback. He's got a lot to prove. And what an opportunity to do it with a Sunday night audience, watching Patrick Mahomes, tuning in to see the Chiefs, and maybe being surprised pleasantly by what they see from Drew Lock. Last one for me. Show me something, Darrell Bevell. You've waited a long time for a chance to be a head coach or the interim head coach of the Detroit Lions. This is your opportunity. This is your chance. And it's not just the artificial interim head coach bounce that you may get against the Chicago Bears. There's an element, Peter, of ding dong, the witch is dead for the Detroit Lions. And there could be some positive energy there for Bevell to harness and go into Chicago and extend their losing streak to 6 games and maybe, look, the Lions aren't done yet at 4-7. Get to 5-7. Maybe finish at 500. Maybe make himself a candidate down the stretch, even though I don't like what it does for the team next year, but maybe win enough games and make enough noise that he gets taken seriously by the Lions or someone else as a coaching candidate at some point.
It's a great observation. There will be a little bit of the ding dong, the witch is dead bounce from the Lions, I think. And look, I don't think that there was nearly the enmity in either Atlanta or Houston that there will be in Detroit. And both the Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans have played good to very good football since their head coaches were fired. So normally, I think, Mike, we would say, what good does it do to get an interim coach? It just gives the fans their pound of flesh, in firing the coach. But in 2 cases this year, there have been great examples that firing the coach after 4 or 5 games is a great idea because it's worked in 2 places this year.
And that's not good news in a copycat league where 2021 rolls around, and if teams struggle, they may say, hey, it worked last year for the Falcons, it worked last year for the Texans, let's go ahead and fire our coach. And Peter, for me, the thing that really was telling in Detroit, when Matthew Stafford was asked after the loss to the Texans on Thanksgiving about Matt Patricia's status, he said, that's not my decision. If you want to ask me about the game, ask me about the game. That was everything we needed to know about what ultimately happened on Saturday.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.